Okay. All right. There we go. Okay. All right. So our goals for today, let's see. Okay. Are get to know each other a little bit, become familiar with the remote learning, kind of the flow, the workflow, and how that's going to look in a semester where we're not in the classroom together. I think we're all still getting used to that. What the semester is going to look like, kind of some of the stuff that we're going to be learning and doing, and then getting set up with the technology. So you guys are having to do a lot more work from home, and that means getting stuff set up, technologically speaking, and installed, and all that kind of thing. Which today is what we're going to be focusing on quite a bit. So um, we're going to need, possibly to troubleshoot and talk about some issues you guys might be having with technology. But first, I'll do a quick slideshow of who I am and yeah, my background a little bit. This is me and my family. This is a summer vacation from last summer. We didn't do too much this summer based on everything that's going on. But we took a really awesome trip to Yellowstone last summer and did a lot of camping. I have a wife who I've been married to for quite a few years. This is my son Henry in the back seat, and then my daughter Sylvie as well, and she's 12. Henry's 15. This is this summer. Henry's got his COVID hair, really, really long hair, which is funny. He finally just got it cut. We went to Grand Lake, rented a motorboat, drove around. Kids love driving the boat. It's pretty fun. Oops. And then this last weekend we went to Rocky Mountain National Park and looked for elk and walked around. It's pretty great. All right. This summer we did a lot of stuff at home. My daughter wanted to learn how to weld. I used to be a production welder, and we'll go into that a little bit later. But she was working on building a robot. She built a turtle and a dragonfly and a couple other little animals. It's kind of fun. My son plays a lot of lacrosse. This is a picture of his club team. Obviously, this was not recently. This was last January, before the pandemic started, so no masks. But this is Henry right here, out in Palm Springs. Spend a lot of time doing that usually. This is some undergrad work. So my undergrad is from Metro. I went and got an industrial design degree, so product design degree from Metro. So that was about 2001 I graduated, so quite a few years ago now. After I graduated, I had a business. That was one of the things I did. I built custom furniture, doors, stairways, furniture, retail displays. I had a couple of clients. One of them was in Boulder. She ran a retail clothing store that I built all of her retail displays for. And then this is her house. I built a lot of things inside her house. She was remodeling her house back then. I did some work at a company called Diamond Spas. It's a local company. You can still look them up on the internet. They do pretty amazing stuff. They've done insane projects since I've left. But they specialize in sheet metal primarily, so stainless steel and copper bath and hot tubs. So when I was hired, I worked on several stainless steel stairway projects. They were just getting into stairways. So we did quite a few of those. I used SolidWorks and some Rhino to draw a lot of designs that I worked on there. This is where I became a welder. I ran CNC machines as well while I was there. This is a crazy hot tub that I built that's up in Gold Hill. So this hot tub installed at the house is kind of a cool project. We had some really good photos because they had a photographer to take some professional photos, so I might grab some of those. This is a swim spa, which is kind of crazy. You swim against it, so you swim in place. So we did all kinds of random projects there. But I did that for a while, and then I went to the Museum of Nature and Science on Colorado Boulevard, and I built exhibits. A lot of the exhibits I built were in Space Odyssey. I built the shuttle docking exhibit that's there. I worked on it. I didn't build it completely. And then several others. And these are some pictures of just kind of random fixtures and stuff for one of the demonstrations that happened on the stage there. And then this is some other furniture and custom furniture that I built for an engineering firm that's downtown here. They're a electrical design engineering firm. But I built their reception desk and all their workstations and all their bookcases and all that kind of stuff in their office. So kind of a varied background. And then I started teaching. I taught middle school for a couple of years. Then I taught high school for 4 years. And it's my second year at CCD. So, so a bit of teaching involved there too. All right. Any questions so far from anybody? Does anyone have any questions? They can unmute themselves and ask if needed. Otherwise, I'll just keep going through through what we're going to talk about, just because there may be some questions that you guys need to ask a little bit later. Let's see here. So let's go ahead and talk about I'll pull up the syllabus first. Bring that in. Okay. All right. So just kind of a basic description of CAD 101. In CAD 101, we're using AutoCAD, so primarily AutoCAD software. A little background in AutoCAD is it's one of the first really big, widely used CAD systems. A lot of companies still use it, even though it's not the most technologically advanced. So you'll run into people that use SolidWorks that would never think of using CAD, like AutoCAD. But if you go to like Indeed or Craigslist, there are still a lot of jobs out there for people who know how to use AutoCAD well. So that's one of the big reasons we teach it, is because it is so widely used and so applicable in terms of getting a job. Some of the industries that use it are architecture, oil and gas, surveying. A lot of industries are still using it quite a bit, and a lot of them are older. So companies that have been around a long time, that have used this for a long time, still use it. RK Mechanical is another big employer. They hire quite a few graphic or CAD designers, and they're all AutoCAD. So very useful still. A couple dates to keep in mind. October 8th is today. We end December 7th, so this is going to be a pretty fast 7 weeks. It's going to go pretty quickly. My contact information is down here. You are more than welcome to text me if needed. So this will be one of our only synchronous meetings. We're not going to do this every class period or every week. Typically, I will post assignments in D2L, and I'll also send you daily emails, like a daily email when we start class. So you'll see me emailing it, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursdays. Little heads up what's going on that day. I might direct you to different resources, but always a good go-to is also D2L, and I'll go over that in a minute. I'll open up the D2L page. If you're stuck and you need some help, just feel free to text. I'm also very available on email. This is the email I prefer. If you send me one through D2L, it might be a couple days because I always forget to check that email. Here's our location, Boulder Creek. We just moved down the hall. We used to be in 113, now we're in Boulder Creek 104. It's a nice, big, giant, wide open space, has a lot of room. If you are needing some, if you have technical difficulty, if you drop your computer in a lake and you need to come in and get some work done, the computer lab is open, software is installed. You can do your work from in here if needed. The occupancy is limited. So total number allowed in the room is 12. But typically there's maybe 3 people at a time. Typically on any given day, about 3 people, including myself. But you're welcome to come in. Just give me a little heads up that you're coming in, and I can let you in the door and all that stuff. All right. My office hours, you can contact me whenever. I am, like during class time, 1 o'clock to 3:45, I'm like next to the computer with next to my phone. So I should be in pretty easy reach during class times. All right, class materials. This is the point where we might run into people that have some questions. So we are going to go over, actually, before we go into materials, let's go into D2L and talk about that for a minute. And I'm going to go back out here. Okay. So I believe I'm in the student view right now. So here is where you can access your assignments. So there's a couple tabs that I want to highlight. Assignments is where I'm going to post assignments. Content, I'm going to go into first. In content for you guys for CAD 101, there is a drawing set that we're going to refer to quite a bit. It's this one right here. I'll wait till it opens up. I'm just going to cancel that one. Okay. It's got multiple pages in it. So if you scroll down, you got all kinds of parts that we're going to draw. This is the one we're going to refer to for a while. So when I say example 13, you can just scroll down, go to example 13. The next one is in assignments. So let's say I assign example 1, which will come up next week. You're going to see it under assignments here. This is your assignment for today. This is just a document that you're just going to answer a few questions about your background, kind of where you're going, what your goals are, stuff like that. When you open it, it'll open a Word document. You can answer your stuff, save it. And then when you click not submitted, just click that. And then you can add your files here. When you go into AutoCAD and you create a part in AutoCAD that you want to submit, you're going to save it. It's going to be a DWG file. And this is where you're going to put your DWG file to submit, just like any other Word document. All right, so we got assignments, we got submitting assignments, the content for the drawing. That's kind of the workflow, so that's the rough workflow for now. Sometimes I'll be referring to Solid Professor. So let's say there's a certain skill that we're working on or a certain tool set that we're using. Solid Professor is a really awesome, it's kind of like an online textbook, but for multiple CAD platforms. So let's say you're an engineer, pre-engineering student that you're taking CAD 101 for engineering purposes. You're eventually going to learn SolidWorks or Inventor or Fusion 360. When you get a subscription, this covers all of those classes. So these are all the classes you can have access to. So it's not just it's not just Autodesk and AutoCAD. You get access to a ton of tutorials and tests and practice parts and all that good stuff. If you are taking spring classes in CAD, this will also be good. It's good for a year. So if you take SolidWorks with me next semester, you don't have to buy it again. It's pretty great. For Autodesk, let's see, AutoCAD, if we click beginner to certification, you're going to see all these little short video tutorials. So what is AutoCAD? It's 1 minute, 34 seconds, interface tour, view manipulation. This will be, if you're stuck on a certain thing, you can come into Solid Professor, and you can type like AutoCAD line tool if you're having trouble with the line tool, and it's going to come up with places that's going to explain the line tool. So this is for Inventor, line command, AutoCAD, there it is, there's your guy. And you can click it, and it's going to show you how to use that line tool. It's a really great tool. School of Mines uses this. CU Engineering uses this. When you sign up for it, you're going to see the list of schools that now use this. I've been using it with students for 5 years. It's great. It can be, I know some folks just had a little bit of trouble purchasing it. I had to email them today, and it looks like they've got it sorted out. So if you're having trouble previously, you can go ahead and give it another shot. It should be fixed. If not, let me know. Reach out, let me know. Okay, that's Solid Professor. So we've got D2L covered, Solid Professor. We're going through the syllabus. Yeah, let's go back to the syllabus. Okay, so AutoCAD. So loading AutoCAD onto your computer. This has gotten trickier, and this is a new thing. I heard from a couple students that it was a little confusing. Having talked to other people now about this, AutoCAD is now verifying that you're a student. It's a little trickier. So this is the website I sent you to, and traditionally you could just click the Get Started button, and it would have you create a profile, your name, email, etc. Now I believe they're having you send in a credential. They are pretty fast about it though. So if you have a transcript that you can email them, a lot of times within a day, within a couple of hours sometimes, they will get you your verification. And so if you go to like Autodesk free trials, you'll see this auto unlock student access, and you can click Get Started. And you should be able to follow that, and you may have to send off, one of the things that's going to verify that you're a student. Again, this didn't happen recently. I just downloaded this over the summer, and it wasn't like this. But this is a new thing they're doing. So this could be a tricky part of this. So that's why today we're not doing any work in AutoCAD, so don't feel like you're going to be left behind if you don't have everything installed and going. So I'm going to give you a chance to get that going today. So with a goal by next Tuesday, we'll have gotten everything worked out. Everyone's dialed in and can get to work by next Tuesday. All right. That being said, does anybody have any questions? Okay, I'm not hearing from anybody. Okay, so no questions yet. All right, that's pretty good. Also, if you do have questions, and they're like technical questions, feel free to give me a call, email me, anything related to that. All right, we'll continue going through the syllabus. Okay. All right, so these are the standard competencies that we're going to be looking at over the semester. These are typically, these are developed by the state of Colorado so that we can be an accredited college for offering credit for this class. So we will be we'll basically be following this outline. The other thing that I encourage students to do is to take a certification exam. So certification exams are offered by Autodesk. And so if we go back to Solid Professor, you're going to see right here that they offer a course, AutoCAD Beginner to Certification. That certification is about taking the industry certificates. So that's a test that you would take outside of the normal class, and you would take it. You could take it here, or you could take it at home, but it gives you a certificate that's going to be good, really great for your resume. It might take more than just one semester of AutoCAD to be able to be qualified for that test. But so we're going to be kind of following the skills so that you're preparing for that certification, as well as following the other competencies that are outlined on the syllabus. All right. Okay, so here's all the other stuff. So attendance, obviously attendance is a little different this semester with us being remote. Attendance, I'm not really taking, the way I'm taking attendance is just by you submitting your work. I don't typically attach deadlines to work, but typically what I'm looking for is the amount of assignments assigned in 1 week, that those are completed by the end of that given week. That's the goal. I'm not going to hound you about getting stuff in unless it's been a little while, like a little week and a half, and you haven't turned anything in. Then I'll send you an email or check in on you, see if there's anything I can do to help you guys out. But you guys are adults. You have a lot of stuff you're juggling and taking care of, as we all are, and you can be doing these assignments, kind of on your own to some degree. But the goal is to be done by the end of the week. All right, any questions yet?
I guess I have a question.
Yeah.
In Solid Professor, when I hit join a class, there's a CAD 101, but it says just in cast and class code required. So is that the right one?
That is not the right one.
Okay. That's the only CAD 101 I currently see.
Okay. You're right. That is the only one. I forgot to put your class in there.
All right.
Okay, so I will add that, and yours will be CAD 101 fall 2020. And actually, I'll put my name on it too. So I'll put S. Morgan, because Justin is teaching the other section of CAD 101. So yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, great question. Okay. All right. So here's what I'm gonna do from here on out. I can go back to this guy. All right, and here is your job for today. So the job for today is to get everything installed, AutoCAD related and Solid Professor related. I'm going to be around to answer any questions, and I would like each one of you to send me an email and just give me an update as to how you're doing. So how you're doing with AutoCAD installation? You know, got AutoCAD installed. I've got Solid Professor. I'm ready to go. Or, you know, I don't have AutoCAD installed yet. I'm waiting for verification, etc. Just so I can kind of keep tabs on people and you know, get you guys going as quickly as possible. So the assignment will be, again, hopes for the semester. You can just answer those questions really quick. Danny, I know you were in the morning class for SolidWorks, so you don't have to submit it again. You're good.
Oh, thank you.
And then everyone else, just go ahead and submit here. And then just send me an email as well. Just give me an update on your technical status. And that might be tonight, or you know, if you want to work on your technical installs or whatever, whatever's needed, just let me know what's going on there. And then on Tuesday, we will get going. It'll most likely be a video, so I'll post a video of myself doing some AutoCAD, introduction to AutoCAD, etc. So be looking out for that. But this will be what I'll be referring to. It's the drawing set in content. That's where we'll get started on Tuesday. So if there are no other questions, I think I'm going to go ahead and end it here and let you guys go. You can get working on those assignments. For some of you, it might be more work than others. I'm available by phone, by email. You can email me all day tomorrow, all day, all weekend, Monday. Just reach out whenever it's convenient. Yeah.
All right, thank you.
Yeah, we'll talk to you guys soon.
Sounds good.
Thank you, Professor.
Yeah, you're welcome.